Yo, let's keep it real, and we out here keeping it real. It's your boy Marvo.
It's your boy Lorenzo.
And today we're going to be addressing a very anticipated topic. We're going to be talking about sex and relationships. We're going to start off quite simple, a very simple question. Sex on the first date.
Oof. Okay. I feel like sex on the first date is not the most important thing. I feel like on the first day you should try and get to know each other. And obviously, from a man's perspective, you can try and have sex with her on the first date. But if you're not successful, I wouldn't say it's a deal breaker.
Right, I think we're hitting off at the wrong angle here, because this is the thing, we're talking about relationships, but sex on the first date, is that something that you'd expect from a relationship? Is that something you expect from a one night stand, a fling?
If you're going for a one night stand and you ain't getting sex on the first date,
it's not a one night stand, brother. That's like a 3 night stand.
That's not that's not really the one. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But I feel like you should try and have sex. But if it doesn't happen, then it's not really a bad thing. And even if you try and you do have sex, I wouldn't really say, because most people, they'll think, oh, I had sex with her on the first date, so she might just be an easy one. But it might be a different case. She might just be generally into you. So don't put her in that sort of, oh, she's easy, she's not really the one sort of category.
See, I disagree with that, because I feel that if you have sex on the first date, there's no sort of boundary. You're not trying to find out about that person. Obviously in a relationship, you've got to sort of put the value on these sort of things. So sex. We'll lead on to it, because there's another question asking if sex is important.
I feel like
if you're going to do that on the first date, you're not really taking the relationship quite seriously.
No, I feel like it's dependent on the moment that you two are in. Sometimes the moment can just overpower the situation. So you might be in one situation at one time, and next thing you know, you're doing the deed. So it's not really something that's planned.
Yeah.
It just happens, and the girl could be really into you, but just because she's willing to do that, I feel like you should be open to taking it further, not just thinking, oh, it's just a one night stand, because she's not really the one, because she's willing to give it up.
Yeah, but you got to have a certain amount of you got to hold back. You can't just be giving away that easy. I feel there's a lot of work that needs to be done before you get to that stage. But obviously not when I say a lot. I mean, for me, my limit's I've got a 3-date rule. I feel if it's a bit longer, that's fair enough. But after the 3rd date, I feel then sort of sexual relations can occur with that person. But some people, they like to hold on to it. Some people like to wait till after marriage, that sort of thing. So I feel
See, that's the point I was going to get into next. I feel like if you're not having sex with the person after 3 dates, it's generally never going to happen.
Yeah.
Unless they're proper devoted to their religion, or they might have other agendas, which they at least tell you about.
Yeah.
Look, I like you a lot, or something like that, but we won't be able to have sex because of this and that.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you make it clear, and if the other party is willing to accept, then I think it should be fine.
Yeah, exactly. I feel also it's important to sort of make it clear your intention from the get-go, and sort of lay down the boundaries. If you're sort of playing a bit loose with it and not talking about, no, I wouldn't say talk about sex on the first date, but at least in the early stages of the relationship, and let her understand, make her understand that, sex, if you feel it's important, you got to let that person know, because you're not going to get what you want.
And I mean, you obviously don't want to bring it up. Bring it up indirectly, certain situations you might try and be sexual, or try and touch her, let her know that you're not just there to chill, that you're interested in her and you want to take things further.
Okay, but let's look at people who wait until after marriage. And sort of, because I know we've got a sort of case study where there's let's say person A, who's a guy, he's with person B, the female, and person B, the female, she's waiting until after marriage to have sex. and in person A, he's willing to spend a lot of time in that relationship, and then he respects person B enough to wait till after marriage because of religious reasons. Like, do you feel, in that sense, that it's justified?
First things first, I feel like when you eventually do have sex, it will be the best thing ever because of. No, that's my personal viewpoint. I don't really agree with it. Like, I wouldn't really wait till sex for marriage.
Yeah.
But I feel like, because of all this sexual tension building up,
Yeah.
I feel like when you do eventually release that tension, it will be a proper blissful moment.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
But on the other hand, it shows a lot that if you're willing to wait that long for, you to have sex, then it shows that the person truly likes the person he's with.
Yeah, and I think it's a shame to sort of throw that one away if you're going to wait for, 2-3 years to have sex. And I think that shows as well that you value your relationship. Your relationship is based on a lot more than just a sort of physical connection.
Mm-hmm.
But
having said that, I feel like it would be better if you had sex before marriage, because then you'd know about the emotional connection side of things as well. If you're really emotionally connected to the person.
Yeah.
And unless you really have sex, you wouldn't really know that side of the story.
That's fair enough, yeah.
So, in a way, you could say it's good and bad. But personally, me, I feel like it would be a bit too much for me to wait till marriage.
Yeah, see, for me, I'll keep it real personally. Like, I couldn't wait till marriage to have sex. Because, I feel that, personally, as I said before, previously, I'm not really too keen on marriage, especially at my young age.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think I'll be getting involved in marriage anytime soon, but it's just one of those things. But there's people out there willing to sort of hold on to their sort of.
Don't mislead the person. Like, if you're not accepting the idea of sex after marriage, but you generally do like the person, and you might think down the line I might be able to persuade her. Or him, I'd say don't lead them in a wrong way. Like, just be honest with them. Be like, I like you, and I feel like you should have sex sometime soon. At least see how she feels about that, and that way you'll come to know if it's really for you or it's not for you.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
Just be honest in your verbal. Just be honest.
That's what I mean. Just don't. If you have your religious reasons and reasons for whatever, make sure your partner's on board and is willing to sort of accept that and accept you. Don't be leading them on and saying, that's kind of messed up. Imagine you'd be saying to that person, we'll have sex here, just give it 2-3 months. Yeah. Oh, we're on a holiday, don't worry, I'll be surprising you. Comes to the holiday, nothing's happening, no action, no whatsoever.
No action.
But maybe we're thinking a bit too deep about this, but that's what we're here for, innit? But so respect to those that are willing to sort of hold on to their sacredness till after marriage.
Mm-hmm.
But,
a lot of respect for you guys.
Yeah, 100%. Now, let's address a more sort of direct question. Is sex important in a relationship?
And then, we basically came across the case study.
Yeah. We found this article on the big BBC News,
It's a bit of a sticky one, this situation.
Now, let's read the headline, all right? It says here, "We're in love, but never have sex." Crazy. What are your thoughts on this, Lorenzo?
Crazy.
Just from reading the headline, what do you feel about that?
I feel like it's dumb. Can't lie.
Yeah.
Because love develops after a while, and I feel like sex is a very important thing before you talk about the word love, because people nowadays just use it lightly, like I'm in love with him, I'm in love with her,
Yeah.
It's just, I feel like it's just being used lightly, but love is a very strong thing, and without you really exploring the person you're with, you can't really say if you're in love or not.
But can you be in love and not have sex?
Ooh. Tricky one, but
see, I've
not in my.
I think for a man, it's a little bit different. For a male, it's a bit different because we sex is just one of those things. It's like an instinct for us, But I think with females, they tend to have more of that emotional, that value for love. So I feel like you can be in love without sex.
To be honest,
it's possible.
I feel like a man will never say that.
Because right, let's look at the previous example we said, about like a person willing to wait for their partner till after marriage to have sex.
Mm.
And surely you've got to be in love to be waiting, being with that person for 2-3 years. I mean, why else would you be in that sort of relationship?
I mean, it's not. Well, it could be love, but obviously, when you first get in a relationship, you don't know if you love the person. So it's just, I feel like it's just about the commitment and you willing to be open to that sort of situation of getting to know the person rather than it being solely love. Because if you were in love, but there wasn't that emotional connection, I wouldn't really see it as love.
Yeah, that's fair enough. If it's just like sex and there's no emotional side to it, it's got to be. Yeah, I agree with that notion. I feel there should be a balance, of equal balance of sex and emotional side to it as well.
And especially looking at this article here, we're in love but never have sex.
Yeah.
The couples are saying that they haven't had sex for like 3 years.
Go on, read some of the. You've got a few quotes here as well. Like
quotes from the
from the article,
from the article from a guy called Steve, who in my mind is a waste man. But I'll just put it out there. He said, "I'm so tired all the time because my job is full on and it's full on at home. It's like my libido is tired."
I think in a sort of midlife.
I feel like if you're saying that sort of thing, you're either seeing someone else behind your partner's back, or you're not with the right person.
Yeah,
generally speaking.
Seems to be married for 6 years. From the picture, looks like he's in his middle ages.
Yeah.
But I don't know, saying that you're too busy to have sex, that's a bit,
It can generally be, because especially for a man, he's very sort of visual. In his ways, and whenever, like me personally, whenever I see like a good-looking girl, I'm automatically, down to think like I want to have sex with that girl. But when you're saying I'm lacking the drive and this and that sort of thing, you're either seeing someone behind your partner's back, or you might be gay or something, and
it could be,
the person you're with might not really be the one for you, and you just gotta keep moving forward and exploring new things.
Yeah, but what I can't get over is the picture, they're looking so happy. Like, why are they smiling? They're smiling too much.
But the thing about that is, it's like, when you're going through a tough time, especially when you're coming on big news like BBC, you don't really come across like you're miserable, and that you want to show the world that what we're saying is true. Like, even though we haven't had sex.
So they're trying to prove a point, basically.
Yeah, they're trying to, show people you can still be happy without the sex. Which is complete bullshit. And I don't know what he's doing.
I agree, sometimes you can have a busy life. Like this guy says, for example, daytime sex, afternoon sex with a kid around, that's not happening. And I feel that's a sort of reasonable point. You can't be doing that sort of thing with your kid.
But then, as a man, you'd find other ways of trying to have sex with your wife, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you have to, I think that's just a bad excuse.
I know
people sort of say, I don't have time for it, but you make time for these sort of things.
I know people with children, they leave their children with the grandma, and then they just go on a holiday break. You know what I mean? So where there's a will, there's a way. So I feel like he's generally trying to get away from the situation due to some reason, which only Steve might know. Because I definitely don't.
I know, it's a bit of a myth.
Yeah.
Now look at this one here. We've been together for 4 years. We haven't had sex for the last 3 of them, and we're not planning to. Charlotte says. And it says here that she's asexual. And her partner is not.
See, personally, I feel like, what's her name, sorry? Jacob and Charlotte. Yeah, I feel like they're not, no disrespect, but they seem like they're not meant for each other. Because, I mean, fair enough, it's been a long time since you've been in a relationship. But how can it be going on for so long without that sort of,
Well, it says here that she's asexual. We need to address this term as well. What is asexuality? And I feel like I don't know. I think it's a new movement, or maybe it's been around for a long time, but maybe that term has just been coined recently. But asexual is when a person has no sort of sexual interest in any sex. They just don't have any sexual interest at all.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel that
And
in that case, but it says here she is asexual,
mm.
but a partner is not.
So in other words, what you're saying is Jacob here is a simp.
A simp. Yeah, I mean you could say that word, but
because we've addressed that she's not really interested in that sort of sexual activity.
yeah,
Whereas Jacob, he's not asexual, so he wants that sort of thing. But what he's trying
maybe
to
he's
do
like
is,
sleeping behind her back. You never know.
see, that's what I was trying to get to. Either he's doing that, or because he loves Charlotte so much that he's willing to put up with what she's saying
Yeah.
and her values, which I feel is completely wrong.
So yeah, that goes to show that it is possible to love someone and not have sex. But look at this one. He says she goes on to say, we sort of tried having sex to see what worked for the first 6 months. It really wasn't making either of us happy.
I don't know what's happening,
I think they need to.
but I feel like that's more sort of Charlotte talking though.
Yeah, I
Because
feel she's been a bit more dominant.
either Jacob's
But
not
it's-
doing what he's meant to do,
Yeah.
either Jacob's
I think
not
size matters. Has to come into the next topic. But
yeah, but I feel like either Jacob's not packing size, or Charlotte,
Bro, keep your eyes on the screen, bro.
or Charlotte's just not feeling the package. You know what I mean?
She's not feeling the package, the
feel-
Jacob package.
Yeah, I feel like right now it's time for Charlotte to go for that mystery package. keep it moving, really.
And I could say for the same for Jacob as well. Like, but it says here Jacob doesn't want to be having sex with someone who doesn't want to be having sex.
See what I mean? So Jacob's been put in a sort of a predicament now. 'Cause
Yeah, that's the
even
thing. Like, imagine this. Yeah, you're in a relationship and someone doesn't want to have sex with you. Like, why should I be having sex with you?
Yeah.
That's not, you know.
But the difference is in this one, Jacob, is willing to put up with it, which is where he's going wrong.
I mean, this is what he says. Like, well, I have a fantastic relationship with a wonderful person. There are other ways to show affection. I don't think this guy's understanding what sex means.
No, he's a
What do you mean other ways to show affection? What, like bringing flowers and that? Or is he talking about like,
physical things, I guess. Like,
oh, you're talking about like, all,
yeah,
don't want to say it like too crude, but
yeah.
now we'll
that
keep
sort
it
of
real,
thing.
yeah? What is he talking about? Oral and that?
No, but that sort of thing. But even then, I don't think he's mentioning that because she's asexual, so she's not willing to do any sexual act with him.
So do you feel that she hasn't had the experience that would make her feel more sort of sexually inclined, or
I
she
feel
just
like
had bad
she's-
experiences that's put her off sex?
I feel like either she's had a lot of experiences
Yeah,
and she's not finding the idea of sex as exciting as it used to be,
yeah.
or she just had traumatic experiences
Hmm.
where she just thinks now that it's not really the one for her, which is fairly acceptable.
Yeah.
But it's not for Jacob because he's the one struggling in this situation.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like Jacob, I think you need to sort yourself out,
But
brother.
can't lie, that image that I just saw was a madness.
It's the girl walking past, bro. I don't think Lorenzo is asexual at all.
Yeah, too.
Anyway.
Moving on from
I think,
there.
Lorenzo is kind of a bit irritated with this article, so we're going to have to keep that one moving. But, let's move on to the next question. I think we addressed, well, we haven't really addressed this.
we
but
have. We've addressed this question.
How often should someone have sex? How often should people have sex in a
Well,
relationship?
it depends on your circumstance and how often it is possible for you. You know what I mean? Because some people
Actually, yeah,
might
we-
see each other like every day.
Yeah, because we
and
kind of covered it, yeah.
doing it every day isn't really a problem. But there's only a big problem when you can't sort of see each other. Say like you're only seeing each other once a month,
Mm.
and even then you're not having sex. Then it's a bit peak. I remember reading one time on news or something, or one article where it said like basically like this guy was in love with her, but they were never having sex even though they were going on like dates and stuff. and I feel like there's only a certain amount of time you can keep that up until it starts getting boring.
Yeah, I hear that.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
But what do you think? How often?
I feel like if you're both sort of like sexually inclined with like each other, and there's a sort of like physical connection in that relationship, it's gotta be. Come on, Lorenzo, keep on top of this, man. Just because one girl walked past, but anyway, I feel like it should be about at least once a week. For me personally, at least once a week. If I was in a relationship, I'd expect that once a week.
But
especially in my young age.
Yeah, no, I hear that. But what if it's a long distance relationship?
Long distance?
Mm.
I don't think. See, that's the thing. I don't agree. I wouldn't personally have a long distance relationship. I feel like I think that's a very strenuous thing. People will disagree with me and say that you build more in that relationship in terms of just the sexual side.
I feel like that's wrong.
What, long distance?
No, what you said is you build more. What do you build? More sort of a liking towards each other because there's a distance.
Yeah.
I feel like distance is important, yeah, but it's like when there's too much distance, you're losing that sort of touch with each other as well.
Yeah.
I feel like, say like you see each other once a week. Yeah. I feel like that's important. Like 3 times a week, I think that's a bit too much. But if you're not seeing each other for like a month or 2, then it just gets too out of hand.
Yeah, I hear that. So like, what are you saying then? What are you rounding up to?
I say, it just depends on the circumstance of how often you can have sex.
To be fair, because obviously, like we're thinking about quite young. Like in the other article, we saw 2 people that are sort of like more advanced stages of their life.
But I say worst case,
job and that, like certain things that it'd be circumstances where you can't necessarily have sex. You come home, you're too tired to have it.
Yeah, but worst gets to it, I say once a month is acceptable in some situations. But realistically, you want to be doing it at least 3 times a month, 4 times a month. At least, yeah.
That's reasonable. That goes to what I was saying, like once a week. So yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah. Okay. Just realised we've been talking about. We might have to put this into 2 parts. So we'll have to do the segment into 2 parts. A lot to talk about this.
We'll just cover one more question and then we'll put the rest of the questions in the next sort of part 2 of the segment.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, let's hit this question.
Okay.
Can I be in a relationship if I'm not sexually attracted to my partner?
Okay. I feel like this comes down to sort of the things you see in media, like a lot of young girls, they're sort of married to like very old men, or like young men married to like older women. I mean, can be in a relationship, but is it really a relationship? Because I feel like one party is just in it for certain incentives that they're getting through that marriage.
Yeah.
Whether it be money. Well, I say whether it be money, it's mainly money.
Well, like sugar daddies and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Say how it is, man. Sugar daddies, like a lot of women will be like, especially young women, they might want to get through like university, college, that sort of thing. And one of the things they do, get a sugar daddy. And like, it's an appealing thing, and it's not even recent. It's been going on for, since the beginning of like humanity, I reckon. But like,
it's only coming to light and like.
Nah, it's been around, man. It's been around. Like,
but you wouldn't see
it's just been more popular. Like, you see it more in the media now. But I feel like in those circumstances, I don't really see the value in that. Because the thing is, what's holding those 2 people together is the financial status of that other partner. It's the money. That's what the relationship is based on. So I feel if that money goes, then there's no relationship.
There isn't. It isn't even a relationship. It's like you're just there for the financial incentives. Like it's like how we covered the first dates and stuff.
Yeah.
You might not even be like wealthy, but you could just come across as a sugar daddy sort of thing. Because if you're always paying for the other person and always willing to, pull out your wallet at every opportunity.
Yeah.
It's like the other person takes it in a different way. Like she or he might not even be interested in the person, but it's just that because they're getting to live sort of a nice life with them.
Yeah.
It's like they're automatically willing to be putting up with that sort of relationship.
So like, if let's say the sugar daddy's like some old guy, wrinkly, like
Generally,
dead personality, like boring, but just because he's got the money, you want to be with him.
Exactly, and yeah, I mean, people make it work. But you say that, yeah, but imagine there's a few people out there who have been married for years and years, and they're still happy in that sort of sugar
They're not
daddy.
sexually. Oh, a sugar daddy.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's sort
right,
of like marrying a wrinkly old man, and she's like a young girl, but
she's just waiting for that inheritance.
Yeah.
Nah, but yeah, it's like I think it's sort of each to their own. Like some people can put up with certain things and then still be in a relationship, but I feel is that relationship real? If it's just based on money, I personally I don't agree with it. Like if I was rich and if I was a rich old man, like if all I wanted was sex, then okay.
But there's another way you can see it as, because the girl or guy might not just see it as the financial side of it. They might see it as power as well, because especially if it's a celebrity or something, the man or the woman, they have a lot of power.
Yeah, so like you say that if someone has a sort of status in society,
high
status in society,
that's likely
to have a relationship that person is, it'll boost. Yeah, I think that's more sort of, but like, that's the thing, like, is there any value in those sort of relationships?
No.
Exactly, they won't go through like hard times or anything. Like, I feel for a proper relationship, you have to be able to go through bad times and then come out the other end, you know? You can't just be riding the good wave forever. But, I think...
Yeah, a relationship that's always good is not really a healthy relationship. I feel like there has to be arguments or
bad times and stuff,
bad times to make the relationship strong.
Yeah, and you've got to be able to put up with that, your partner's weaknesses and flaws.
Yeah.
And
when they do something wrong, you've got to be willing to let them know, you know.
Like Kelvin said, like, it's about bettering each other.
Exactly.
But I think these are sort of fake relationships, just to round it up, but, you know.
On this note, I feel like we've been talking for a long time.
Yeah, we're going to have to split this now. So part 2 coming soon. It's a big topic, so we're going to have to keep it moving. We'll be talking about, just to sort of tease you guys, does body count matter? Should I be involved in a threesome?
I feel like that's a very important topic. A lot of people want to hear that.
Yeah, and also talking about we've got a personal question as well.
Birth control and the sort of side effects and the good things that come from that.
So you guys stay tuned. We'll come on to that soon.
Obviously, we kept it simple for today.
Yeah.
And addressed some few simple questions. But next time it's going to be more exciting.
Yeah.
More of what you want to hear.
Exactly.
Especially about the threesomes. So until next time, keep it locked. It's been your boy Lorenzo.
And it's been your boy Marvo. Keeping it real. Catch you soon.
Yo, it's your boy Marvo. If you like what you heard, please drop a like and comment down below. Subscribe to us to keep up to date with future content. We'll be dropping a video every week. Further on in the series, we'll start taking questions from the public. So if you have any lifestyle questions or if you need of any advice, hit up the email address on the screen right now. I'm out and we'll keep it real for the next time. Stay tuned.